Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Today we are going to have a feeding video. Now we've done a few of these in the past and they're proving to be really popular, and we've been getting a lot of requests lately for another feeding video. So today, while we were doing our rounds, doing a few bits and pieces, we managed to catch a few of our spiders on film being fed. Now most of these have been literally tongue fed. And this is quite an interesting way of doing some of your spiders. I like to tongue feed some of my spiders because it gives me an opportunity to have a real good close look at them while they're munching away on their food. And sometimes you can hold the roach, which means you can keep that spider in that one place. And it gives you that opportunity to have a real good look at the spider and see what's going on with it. You might notice something that's a little bit abnormal or whatever. Or hopefully, touch wood, you find everything is absolutely perfectly fine. Right, well, without further ado, let's get on and have a look at some of these hungry little beasties. I'll see you soon. Well, this is our geniculata, the Brazilian giant white knee, a firm favourite in the Beastie Room, and pretty much always hungry. Out of interest, this girl, when she molted, she didn't feed for around about 6 weeks before her molt, and she went an easy 7 weeks after her molt before she had her first meal. So don't worry if they don't eat. These guys can get through it. Another firm favourite in the hobby, the GBB. As you saw there, when we dropped the roach in, it made her flinch a little bit. So she's just sitting tight at the moment. She's wondering what's going on. And we just now got to wait and see when our roach is going to move. Here he goes. He's on the move now. So that was pretty quick. We've been stood for half an hour before now, waiting for a roach to move. And quite often or not, we give up before they do. Oh, here she comes. See how she's very, very slow and precise there. She's in no hurry. As you can see from her abdomen, she's in really fine condition. We are looking for a male for this girl at the moment. She recently molted out a couple of months back. Hey, there she goes. See how she scoops the prey up with her pedipalps? Absolutely lovely close-ups. These guys really have some wonderful coloration. And this is just one of the things that makes them very, very popular. Not to mention, they are extreme webbers. Beautiful close-ups there. Stunning spider. Now this is what I class as one of the best beginner spiders, the avic. Absolutely ideal if you want to get into arboreal spiders. You see the way she gently came over there. Note how she holds her front legs up and her pedipalps. They use the pedipalps in the first set of legs to scoop the prey up, and then they hold them up out of the way. Now she was fed a young giant hissing cockroach, and if you feed them the hissing cockroaches when they're black, they're very soft, and they fit pretty much most of your spiders. So an ideal food item, very nutritious, full of fluid, really, really cool. Now this girl has been paired already, so we're just trying to get a bit of food into her, and hopefully she'll produce a sack in the next month or so. Nice close up of the eyes there. Now here's one of our favourites in the room, the P. metallica. We've been fortunate enough, we've bred these 3 times this year, or last year I should say now. Last year. We've still not fully understood what's going on with them. Now this is one of the girls that did in fact drop a sack for us. A very, very large sack. And we are now feeding her up to promote a decent molt. Coloration in them legs, that yellow is absolutely exquisite. And again you can see there she has got another young giant hisser. Fantastic food for these fairly large spiders. But just don't go too big. Keep your food items small. You can see there, that's no bigger than a dubia roach. Now these were a very, very interesting spider. These are our harmonicon. Now you'd have remembered when we done the rehousing of the 4, and this is what they've done. They've webbed it up now, and they spend their whole time sitting on top of the webs. You notice there that they got very, very long pencil-like abdomen. Another interesting thing with these guys is once they catch their food, they start webbing up that mat immediately, and they go all over the enclosure whilst still holding on to the food. You can see by the movements of this spider, it's quite a skittish spider. Very stop-start, stop-start. Beautiful colour of that carapace. Really, really nice. Now we want to get a little bit more weight on these. This guy is a little bit on the slim side, as you can see there from the abdomen. They do look slim anyway. That is part and parcel of this particular type of spider. But that there is a little bit underweight. So we want to really look at getting her up to weight. You can see there she's a little bit thin. And they're all like that. All 4 of them are like that. So I would imagine they're actually in the middle of a growth spurt. And this is what normally happens. So by the time they come around to molting out, there'll be nice big plump abdomens on them. See them lovely big red fangs on them, very much like the funnel web. They look very similar to a funnel web. Fantastic spiders. One of my favourites. Awesome. Now this is our P. Miranda, the Bengal ornamental. Now these have absolutely beautiful colours. All like tans, browns, really are. The creams on them are really, really nice. You can see there, this particular spider, this is our female that dropped an egg sac just recently. It's not that long ago. And she's got a giant hisser as well. Absolutely marvellous. Now we're just trying to get the conditioning back up on these. And you'll see there's a baby. This is one that we missed when she would have been hiding in that piece of cork bark. And she's doing well. She's picking up scraps and she's doing fine. So we're in no rush to move her out. We'll leave her there. And then this girl is in fact due for a rehouse. So we will sort that out very soon. Now this is our Singapore Blue. Now you remember, she actually double clutched in the Beastie Room last year. And we've been in the process now of trying to fatten her up. Look at them fangs, they're huge. She is a big spider. The Singapore Blue is a very, very cool spider to have in your collection. Often out and about. We need to try and work out a new way of housing this one because she destroys all the plants. And we're in the process at the moment of just trying to fatten her up, get some weight on her, get her into a molt, and then we can look at rehousing her. But it would be really nice to rehouse her because her enclosure is looking rather tired. So it'd be cool to get her moved over. And as you can see there, nice black hissing cockroach. You see also her abdomen is getting bigger. So she's actually piling the weight on now. The second clutch really thinned her down. It's getting there now though. Lovely. Now here's another P. Metallica. And as we said in the beginning of the video, we're just trying to feed up some of our spiders. And many of our spiders, our female spiders, are actually pretty much ready for breeding or full, ready to drop egg sacs. So many of them are sort of like hiding away at the minute. But our Metallicas, where we've had viable egg sacs off them, they're in the process of being built up again. And this is why we're seeing a couple of them now. These girls are sitting out all day long, always waiting for food. Beautiful colouring on the ornamental spiders. You can see she's quite dark. This is one of our older ones. They go very dark when they're old. Now this is a Vietnam Silver. You'd have remembered these. These kicked off a big stink in the hobby. Very sought after. Here's another very sought after spider, the biroops. Now this girl is actually holding a roach already. She already has one. And these are literally just in the moment now. They're just on the cusp of being rehoused. So these will be going over to a 20 by 20 by 20 cube. And hopefully we will see a bit more of them then. Very, very pretty spider. And a project that I'm really looking forward to breeding. They are a stunning spider. See the eyes there? You'll notice we're getting close-ups of many of their eyes, and you'll see the difference in the configuration of their eyes. Proper chilobrachys type sort of build on the bodies on these. They're very similar to the chilobrachys. Now something a little different. This is our one-clawed emperor scorpion, and we tend to feed this guy literally by tongue feeding it. And you can see there, look how they're chomping in there. He's coming in for a sting as well. Another one underneath him. There's another roach there, one that we dropped. He will in fact pick that up. Look at them munching claws there. You can always tell your emperor scorpion because the sting on an emperor scorpion is in fact white. If you look at your Asian forest scorpions, they tend to be black or a reddy colour. So it's a good way of telling them apart. You can see there that other claw looks like it's slowly growing back. Hopefully it will. She lost it in a molt, unfortunately, and I have no idea how it happened. Now this is a spider that's very underrated, the Hattie Hattie. And I'm surprised we don't see more of these in collections. I mean, mine, I've got two adult females, and they are generally out and about most of the day. And look at that colouring, that cream carapace, that beautiful blue abdomen. These spiders really are quite special. But we don't see so many of them. I think a lot of people complain they hide away. I think it's down to the way they're being kept. We see ours an awful lot. Now this is a bit of a fail one, this one. This is another Metallica that was rather keen. And you can see there that she was starting to bite onto the roach, and then she lost her grip and slid down the tongs. And there she is, just hanging on the edge of the thing. No need to panic. She doesn't want to leave her home. Now then, the Thai zebra. Now this one here, this was one that was bought in earlier in the year. And when these are wild caught, so we keep these in small tubs, and then that way we can monitor them, get the weight up on them, because quite often when you buy them in as wild caught, they are underweight. So what we do is we put them in these tubs, we feed them up, start getting a bit of weight on them, and then eventually we move them into their forever homes. We got two females here, and we've paired both of them. So fingers crossed, we'll see whether we get a viable sack from either. Unfortunately, being wild caught, they may well just molt out, and we'll be none the wiser. We just don't know when they molted. But what a striking spider. Again, another rarely seen, underrated spider. I think these are fabulous. And to finish off, we're going to have a look at our Marshelli, the rear-horned or straight-horned baboon. And this is our female when she hatched her babies out inside the enclosure. We left them in there with her because these guys create a hammock style egg sac, and they do far better with mum than what they do if we remove them and do them ourselves. So sometimes it's best just to let mum do her thing. What an absolutely beautiful spider that is. Fantastic. Well, what did you think? There were some nice shots there, and some of the spiders, we've had a bit of a thing actually. We fed quite heavily about a week, 10 days ago. So quite a few of our spiders are still relatively full. They've not been out. We've managed to, we're cycling quite a few of them ready for breeding as well. So them females are really full, and many of them have hunkered down now. They don't want to feed anymore. So we're just leaving them to it. So we're going to wait and see. Some of them we're waiting on egg sacs. Some of them we're waiting to actually introduce the males to them. So it's very, very important that we get the conditioning right for them. So we've only had a few really coming out. Now, some of the ones that you think that might have been easy, we tried the harmonicon. Lovely little bit of footage there. But out of 4 spiders that we fed, only the one did we actually catch on film. They're either very, very fast or they can be quite timid. So when you put the food in, they tear away, they go and hide. And they don't always come straight back out again. So they're a little bit hit and miss. But we did get some lovely stuff. There was some beautiful close-up footage there of the avicularia, also the GBB, another firm favourite. But I think what we will do in the future, we will try and gather up some stuff. And I'm thinking along the lines of doing a funnel web only video where we literally just have funnel web clips. So if you think that's a good idea, give it a thumbs up and, you know, let us know in the comments. It's something that would be interesting. And also we're thinking about doing a centipede feeding video where all we have is centipedes. Again, this could be another interesting video. But I need to know what you guys want. You know, is that something you'd like to see? If it is, put it down in the comments and we'll see what we can do. I'm sure we can sort something out with that. I think that would be a really cool video. Now, again, we'll ask again, if you're enjoying the videos, please, please, please give it the thumbs up. Make sure you give it the thumbs up. It really helps us out. It does us wonders on the channel and it helps get in that algorithm as well. So it's really cool. Now we're going to be back to normal next week. We're probably going to have, we have actually got a couple of egg sacs to pull. And we've got another myth busting video coming soon as well. And that's more to do with humidity. So hopefully that will open up some of the things, that the pitfalls that many of you beginners fall into because of the information. There's very conflicting information out there. So we're going to share what we do here and what works here. And hopefully that will help and work for you. Right then. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little video. Just a nice, quick and easy feeding video. Sometimes it's nice to get back to the simple things in life. And I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I will see you soon, guys.